Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so today's video, we're going to be focusing on the Google Pixel 7. And this is a very near dear to my heart phone because there's a lot riding on it. As a matter of fact, it's not this particular model. It's actually this one right here that I have on the desk too. I need to get a screen replacement for it. This is a Google Unlocked model. This one that I have current active service on is the Verizon model, which I'm currently using right now. The Unlocked model, the screen went out on it, and so I need to get that replaced. And right now I don't feel like spending $200 to get the screen replaced on it, so I just ended up getting another one. I traded my iPhone 11 Pro Max. I don't feel guilty at all. I don't feel bad whatsoever. I'm totally fine with that. So anyways, let's just kind of deep dive into the Pixel 7 here. And you know, for the most part, this phone is very, very capable. Excuse me. Considering the fact that, you know, I have the Pixel 6, I have the Pixel 6a. Like, I just have almost every Pixel. There's a few that's not in my collection of Google Pixel devices, and that's totally fine. I'll eventually get them one day, like the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 9. I'll eventually get them one day. But right now, you know, I wanted to get another Pixel 7. I really, really like the way that this phone performs. The Tensor G2 processor. You know, I mean, everyone gets hung up on numbers when it comes down to performance and everything. Let me say this: the Tensor G2 processor performs good and does exactly what the the Pixel 7 with the Tensor G2 was intended to do. And it really is just intended to bring out a lot of the highlighted smart features, right? A lot of the things that people kind of really talk about when they review Google Pixels, right? The call for me, the call screening, the hold for me, and all that other stuff. But you know, it's not just spitting it out on a video for you guys to hear me say it. It really is a great and wonderful experience. And it's the reason I find myself going back to Pixels in general, because when I start using another phone like a Samsung or a OnePlus or a Nothing device, you know, even an iPhone, and these spam calls come in, and it's like you can go into the Google Dialer app and you can, initiate the spam protection through that, but it's not the same type of spam protection you get directly from a Pixel. And so you will see the difference in that. As far as camera, photography, that type of thing, I mean, I think the cameras do pretty good. You know, I'm definitely going to tell you guys to stay tuned for a full-on dedicated photography video, which is the reason why that I have this secondary channel in the first place, to primarily focus on Pixels and all aspects of Pixels, not just talking about the AI and stuff, but also the photography and, you know, taking the phones out and actually real world photo shoots, you know, because I'm not a professional photographer, so I can't really fudge anything. What you see is what I see and what I've snapped on the phone. And so look out for that video. But I do have some actual videography that I tested out today, and you know what, let me just share that with you guys. Yeah, so it's early morning and weather's just been weird. Doesn't get as cold as it normally does, but I mean, enough to collect condensation on your windshield. Anyways, this is the main camera, and with walking, stabilization kind of looks like this. And the sky, sun is about to come out in an hour, and the moon is still out. We're to zoom in on the moon. That's what we get, a yellow orb. That's the ultra wide out. Yeah, so cameras in the AM. And this is recording with a selfie cam. So if you want to know if the selfie cam can, you know, basically work out for like social media and stuff like that, yeah, it definitely can. But if you're someone that's like, you know, making short films, short content for YouTube or other platforms, then maybe not. But I think the camera's doing okay, honestly, the selfie cam. But still, in any situation, recording video, it's always better to record from the main camera sensors. And I think those lights right there help out with you guys seeing what type of, like, you know, how light does in low light. And you can definitely see lens flare. Yeah, so that'll probably be an issue. Just use the main camera if you're like trying to shoot something. I would say if you're shooting something that's like serious. So I'm waiting for my brother to get ready, and we're gonna go grab some breakfast. And yeah, so I figured I would just give you guys a little demo of the cameras and how they're doing. Still photography will be a whole entirely separate video. So just, yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. But let's flip the camera around so you guys can see what it's like with the selfie cam. All right, so this is a selfie cam video test. I said I'm waiting for my brother to come. He should be coming out here soon. He came out here in his old man grandpa PJ pants. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And I'll put the sun right behind us, and that way you guys can see what the sky looks like. It looks a little blown out a little bit, but anyways, yeah. You guys tell me what you guys think of the cameras. Yeah, so you guys get the videos both with low light early in the morning, and then with natural sunlight out a little bit later in the morning. And so yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments about the audio quality and the video quality of these video samples for you guys. But nonetheless, moving on, besides performance and everything, the build quality of the Pixel 7 is another thing that I truly like. I mean, I have the Pixel 6, I used it. I thought that was like a very big phone, and it was just the base model, so I can only imagine how the Pro model felt, which the Pro model back in the day also represented the XL model, with, you know, just some added hardware and features. So with the Pixel 7, it's the same case. The 7 Pro is a much taller device, but the Pixel 7 to me is a little bit above my sweet spot. So it's still fairly tall from my preference, but not as tall as the Pixel 6, and that's a good thing. As a matter of fact, putting it side by side with the Pixel 10, and you can see it's just slightly above the Pixel 10 from the top. Yeah, and then of course it's got the rounded back, which is something that I do sorely miss. I wish the Pixel 10 had that. I know everyone's, you know, just really caught on with the industrial box feel of a phone, but this kind of emulates that to a degree, but not so much. And it's rounded a little bit so it fits really nice in the hand, and I wish Google would go back to this design when it comes to just the build of the phone. That rounded corners in the back on the side rails, they just feel good in the hand. They feel good in the hand. It's probably why with the Pixel 7 I didn't mind not having a case on it. It just felt comfortable and grippy in my hand to hold, and you know, I'm just saying it like it is. You know, the display is, you know, big enough for media consumption, gaming and stuff like that. I have no problem. The Tensor G2 processor does pretty good with just the basic type games that I play, you know, things like Angry Birds and Pokemon Go and that type of stuff. Like, I'm not a very extensive heavy gamer. Other people that are may be a little sketchy about this phone, only because when you really put it through its paces, and this kind of ties back into the Tensor G2 processor, but when you really kind of push it to the limit, it does get warm. This does not have a vapor cooling chamber like the Pixel 10 does, so there's not something built inside to help dissipate that heat. So if you are like doing extreme heavy graphic intense gaming, you could heat the processor up, which will then, you know, make the phone feel warm to you. And at the same time, while it's doing that, it also will start to mess with performance, because once there's a lot of heat that's in there and the processor feels that heat that it's omitting, it just makes it run sluggish. So that's what causes a lot of it. So when people are talking about that the phone seems glitchy, the G2 processor is not the greatest, it's not that the G2 processor is not the greatest, it's that there's not anything in there really to kind of help with keeping it cool. Just imagine if they actually built the Pixel 7 with some form of liquid cooling inside of it. This phone, I feel like, would be a beast and would be nearly untouchable, just because, you know, keeping the chip at a good temperature would prevent a lot of the lag and stuff that people may have experienced. And the reason why that I can say that I don't experience that is because I'm not a heavy gamer. I'm not a heavy user. Like, YouTube is not a heavy app to use on this phone. Neither is, you know, Threads, neither is X. None of these apps are what I would consider to be heavy. So, you know, in general, I'm classified as a light user, someone that is a light user of it. You know, for as far as audio quality, when I'm watching content, listening to the audio, they're nice sounding. It's not squawk box-ish. So, you know, it's not on the level of audio coming from the Pixel 10. or even the Pixel 9a, but you know, it's still good for the most part. It doesn't sound superly flat and raspy or anything like that. Kind of like how my voice is sounding right now, because I think I'm getting sick, but that I digress from that. And then, you know, the battery life on it, I'm making it through an entire day. When I'm watching a lot of content, like consuming a lot of YouTube, like on a day where I was just pretty much lazy and just stayed in my room, and my kids were having fun playing video games downstairs before having to go back to school from Christmas break. There was like one day I was like just pretty much chilling in my room, and all I was doing was just, you know, consuming content, watching my favorite YouTubers and my friends' channels and giving them the support and likes and views. And yeah, you know, I was like on video watching for like 6-7 hours before I had to top it up and put it on the charger. But you know, if you're just going to work, coming home, making some phone calls, doing some text messaging, that type of stuff, and this will get you through an entire day. The battery on this is not bad at all whatsoever. So I would say, yeah, it's a pretty decent phone, for the most part. And again, you know, everything about this phone is just absolutely crazy. And you can tell, like from the top right there, it's got that, well, let me move it out into the light, but it's got that antenna right there. I guess that's for like the millimeter wave, because you don't find that antenna on the unlocked model. The unlocked model does not have that. So that's more than likely where the millimeter wave antenna sits. You know, so anyways, but you know, for the most part, the Pixel 7, in my opinion, is still a phone that can go in 2026. I know it's going to be fine throughout 2026. I know when it gets Android 17 is where we're going to really have to start looking at the Pixel 7 and just seeing, does it maintain that level of quality performance, or does that drop over time? So, you know, that's why I have this channel, so I can report that back to you guys and bring you much more content surrounding these phones, photography, videography, cool AI features, and cool fun things you can do with AI on these devices. That's the whole point of this channel. So if you guys enjoyed what I had to say in this video, please do me a solid, hit the like button. I would truly be grateful. And yeah, you're new to the channel, you just discovered my channel, I would sincerely appreciate a subscribe. That definitely helps me out, and yeah, you won't miss any other videos. And if you're a big Pixel fan, you came to the right place. Yeah, so till then, I'll talk to you on the next one. Aloha.